Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Marquette is going bowling this year, although we still have one more week of the regular season, as we sit at 6-5 here, taking on the Purdue Boilermakers here in Lafayette, Indiana. Purdue, a very disappointing 2-9 season thus far, as they're a bottom dweller in the Big Ten. Still a tough task here for our Golden Eagles going up against a team of this caliber with the conference prestige as they have. But as I said, a very rough season from them. Their only wins coming against Minnesota and Rutgers, fellow bottom dwellers there in the Big Ten. The three schools combining for only 8 wins entering this final week of the season. Marquette looks to build off a strong performance on Senior Day, where they had some explosive plays on defense, and they were kind of led by Jordan Pinson, who scored a punt return touchdown and a pass reception for a touchdown as well. We win the opening coin toss and we'll kick here on the road, as Dylan Mackey is set to get us started here. And we're underway now in Lafayette. Let's see if Marquette can knock off a Big Ten school. 0-2 so far against Big Ten programs. A flag on the opening kickoff, and that's Raheem Mostert, current Miami Dolphin running back. And that's a clip that's coming back, and that'll set them back to the 13. Purdue now comes out. Danny Etling at quarterback. Opening give there to Akeem Hunt. He'll pick up 4. The Boilermakers primarily run a pro-style offense, so we'll use most likely a 4-3 base most of the way in this game. 2nd and 6 now. Etling back to pass, and that goes out of bounds. 3rd and 6 here. Marquette trying to force a 3-and-out to start. 3rd and 6 now for Purdue. Mostert in motion at wide receiver, number 8. Etling back to pass. He has a man there at the sideline, and that's McCarthy. And a good hook up there. Delapo McCarthy, a 22-yard reception. And he beats the Kenty Durant there. Got total separation. Durant was like 5 steps off him on the corner out there. Purdue avoids the 3-and-out, a big play there. And they're now at the 39. Sins in motion at tight end. Etling back to pass again here. Has another man there at the sideline. That's Carvajal, the tight end. And he picks up 19 as he stumbles into Marquette territory. Etling would go on to transfer to LSU and be drafted by the New England Patriots. Another drop back here for Etling. He has another man open. That's Mostert. Breaks the Juice Campbell tackle. Breaks another tackle. And then finally, Davin Rice cleans it up. A 36-yard catch and run from Mostert. Some strong running there. And he works Purdue inside the 10 now. A couple dynamic plays already for Purdue to start on this opening drive now. 1st and goal from the 7. Etling back to pass. And he's going to be sacked there. And that's Daniel Armstrong. He's just making big plays every single week. And we'll watch him here on the rush. Nice swim move. Gets under the lineman. And then plants Etling. A big sack there. Now 2nd and goal. Purdue backed up. Now from the 14, Etling in the shotgun. He takes the snap here. He'll dump that off for Akeem Hunt. And a good play there by Highsmith to get over and help on the tackle. Now 3rd and goal from the 9. Now Etling directly under center. Hunt slanted there in the backfield. Etling nothing open yet. And that's Marcus Dixon, the senior. His first career interception. And we're just going to kneel that down for a touchback. Etling had some time. Makes an errant pass though. And Dixon gets there to complete his first interception in his 26th game. A nice impact play there, and that's exactly what we wanted on the road. Now Haywood out in the shotgun. Storm Norwood will get the start here. His first appearance in a couple weeks. A power there to the left side, and he's hit hard there in the backfield. That loses 3. The first play from scrimmage from Marquette backs him up, and they're now out there empty. Haywood takes the snap, his first drop back of the day. And he's sacked. Sat in the pocket way too long there. I think that was Brian Joseph who gave up the sack. That's Jelani Phillips. And now 3rd and 23 for Marquette. 3rd and 23, a 3-yard loss on the rush and then a 10-yard sack. And we just can't take a safety here. That's Randall Darby, a nice grab. Picks up 13, and that'll give Eddie Stevens some breathing room on the punt. So all of that, and Marquette gets back to where they started, a 4th and 10. Stevens will be on his first punt, which could be the first of many in this game. That's going to be fielded from the 36. A nice punt there from Stevens. Marcus Dixon can't make the tackle. The returner's still going, and finally Dalton Corbett cleans it up. And Purdue, good field position here, looking to counter after that interception. Daniel Armstrong, one of our impact players, had a sack on the last drive. And of course, Marcus Dixon with the interception. Etling back to pass. He'll dump that out for Carvajal, the tight end, and he'll take it out of bounds after an 8-yard catch. Now Etling in the shotgun, 2nd and 2. We'll set up a screen there for McCarthy. Durant was in a good spot but pulled away. And McCarthy, another first down. That one an 8-yard catch. Fresh set of downs here for Purdue as they're driving here. A delay give there for Hunt. Nice lane up the middle. He's brought down by Davin Rice, but a good 9-yard carry for Hunt. Now 2nd and 1. Purdue inside the red zone. Etling back to pass. He has a man there at the back of the end zone. That's Mostert, but he just can't haul it in. Just out of his reach, couldn't get the foot in. And Nichols, he gave up way too much cushion there in that cover 2. 3rd and 1 now. Big play upcoming here for both sides. Come out in the I formation, a play action. And he'll dump that off for Harris out of the backfield, the fullback. And Purdue converts now 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Etling out there empty. Plenty of time. And that's just over the head of Daniel Armstrong. Akeem Hunt, the running back, a 12-yard touchdown grab. Purdue takes the lead. Now our first studio update of the day, number 1. That's right, number 1, UL-Lafayette Raging Cajuns. Currently down 7-0 to Arkansas State. Arkansas State at 8 and 2, and we're really hoping they can knock off Lafayette, as we certainly do not want them in the national championship. We would rather something with a little more credibility than that. And now Juice Campbell will field it from his own end zone. Works to the right side, a decent gain there as he works to the 26. Now Marquette looking to do something a little more productive there than a 3-and-out. A quick drop back here for Haywood, and he connects there with Grant Cooper as they get a first down. 11-yard catch from the tight end. Now 1:30 left in the first, and they'll give here for Dexter Dowling his first carry of the day, and he picks up 6 up the middle. Now Marquette comes out with the 2 tight ends. Scott Dixon in motion, and they'll get Tyson Bolt involved now. A give to the outside. Scrappy run there by Bolt, and he gets 10. Some good running here from Marquette as they're mixing all the backs in. Now Briggs is there in the backfield. Haywood takes the snap. And a quick pass there for Cooper over the middle. He had a bunch of cushion, and he works ahead for 12. Marquette moving the ball well in this drive. Now the Golden Eagles from the 34. Tyson Bolt back out there. And he'll get to give a fake end around there for Thomas. And Bolt a nice 4-yard carry up the middle. Now 2nd and 6. Marquette doesn't have to call a play here, but Haywood will take the snap. He has Shane Lytle underneath, and Lytle picks up 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 to start the second quarter. Impact play there from Marcus Dixon to kind of keep us alive there in the first quarter. We had a 3-and-out, a big sack we had to take, and then Daniel Armstrong just gives up that touchdown to Akeem Hunt. But we have a solid drive going here now at the 25 as we kick off the second quarter here in Lafayette, Indiana. Haywood starts 4 for 4, and we now come out in that 22 set. And Briggs will get his first touch of the day. He finds a hole and picks up the first down. Now from the 23, they throw out Storm Norwood here on the play action. And Haywood, there's Scott Dixon, and he gets clotheslined after the catch, but does hang on and picks up 5. Dixon hasn't had a catch here in a few weeks. And now 2nd and 5, Marquette in the red zone for the first time. Pinson in motion. He'll get the give to the left. And nothing really doing there for Pinson. Trying to get him involved here after an electrifying week, as he was Independent Conference Player of the Week on the offensive side of things. And now a 3rd and 4 here for the Golden Eagles. Haywood lines up directly under center. Tyson Bolt in the backfield. Haywood back to pass. And he goes for Grant Cooper, and that was a poor read. And that'll bring up a 4th and 4. Now Dylan Mackey on for the 34-yard attempt, and I feel like we haven't had a field goal attempt here in a few weeks. That kicks up, and now Marquette on the board, a 7-3 ball game, and we'll get another studio update. The game, Ohio State in the Big House, they're up 7-0, and go blue. That's all I have to say about that. Ohio State at number 4, Michigan at number 17, I think it was, and now we have Virginia Tech at Virginia, 13th and 11th respectively, a huge ACC matchup here, and a bitter rivalry. Virginia Cavaliers at 10-1, the Hokies at 8-3 in the first year under Bud Foster as head coach. Marquette does get on the board, although not a touchdown. Of course, we would have liked to reach pay dirt as Raheem Mostert, his second return of the day. And Lenny Butler poked the ball free, a nice tackle. You don't really see that animation too much, but a heads-up play there by Mostert. He picked it right back up and got even a couple more yards out of it. 1st and 10 now. 2 tight ends out there for the Boilermakers. And they'll give to the strong side there as Akeem Hunt, good angle, good vision, and a big run. Breaks the Durant tackle, and he's still going, and that's a 67-yard touchdown run for Akeem Hunt. Almost untouched all the way down the sideline, and no one was catching him. Durant had a read on him, and a poor angle downhill from Tyler Black, and that just opened it up. We only had the one safety up high, and once Hunt got into the second level, no one else was catching him. Purdue a quick touchdown, and our defense has gotten exposed the past couple weeks with these quick, these long touchdown runs. Brandon Bridge, quarterback for South Alabama, had, I think, 2 touchdown runs of over 50, 60 yards last week, and now we give up that big one to Akeem Hunt. Now a 14-3 game, Marquette looking to put together another productive drive. Scott Dixon in motion, and Tyson Bolt will get the give. Some space outside as he picks up 4. Now 2nd and 6, Haywood empty after an audible. Thomas in motion, Haywood takes the snap. Nothing open, and they just had insanely good coverage. Literally no one even had a step. Haywood just forced to sit there in the pocket. Chamberlain, who's been notorious for giving up sacks throughout this series, gives up another one, and we face a long 3rd and 19 now. I got to be a little bit better with my pocket presence and using the pocket to the best of what they give me. I kind of just sit there sometimes. Now 3rd and 19, and it looks like they'll just try and set up a screen here for Storm Norwood, and they do. A nice block out in space from Tremaine Barry, and Norwood brought down. Is that going to be a face mask? And that's the call. So Marquette has some life still. A 3rd and 19 wiped out. Greg Brock, the face mask. Now Marquette will have a first down at the 40. And that screen developed quite nicely for us. Number 77, our center, Tremaine Barry, a nice block there in the second level. Now come out in the I formation, and they'll give it right back to Norwood. Norwood picks up 3 up the middle. 2nd and 7 now, just over 4 minutes left in the half. And it looks like Norwood might have been a little hobbled after taking the hit there. 2nd and 7 now. Haywood sets up a screen here for Shane Lytle. He makes the grab, stiff arms a man, works across the 50, and Lytle picks up the first down. And Dowling gets the give. Nice blocking up the middle, and Dexter Dowling 8 yards. All these running backs so far from Marquette having productive carries. 2nd and 2 now. Haywood directly under center. He drops back to pass. They go for Dixon over the middle, and an errant throw by Haywood. I don't think he was. I think they were expecting something a little bit different there from Dixon. As he cut inside, I think Haywood maybe trying to go outside on that one. And we can't be making those mistakes in a game like this. And there's Darquez Goddard, fellow senior. Looks like he was consoling Haywood there. I wouldn't say he was really getting in his face, maybe just being a good teammate, but maybe open to interpretation without actually knowing the verbal transaction there. So now 1st and 10 here for Purdue. They take over off the turnover. Etling back to pass. And he's going to throw that one away. Now 2nd and 10, Etling directly under center. McCarthy in motion. Etling back for another pass. Rolls to his right. A nice loft there for Mostert, who makes the grab. Nichols just a step behind Mostert. 21 yards and a first down for the Boilermakers. 1st and 10 now. Purdue across midfield. And Etling will dump that off for Mostert. Campbell, a good stop there. Mostert's been breaking a lot of tackles, but a good stop by Juice one-on-one. 2nd and 11 now, 2 minutes left in the half. Etling back for another pass. And he has his man, that's McCarthy. Chambers misses the tackle. McCarthy's still going, then brought down by Dixon. A good pass and catch there. There's Daryl Hazel, the head coach of Purdue. And his job security not looking good at this point, with only 2 wins on the season thus far. 1st and 10 now, Purdue at the 15. Carvajal in motion. Etling takes the snap, another pass here. And he's going to be brought down. That's Clarence Thurman on the pressure. And that puts him back. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 18. And you see Clarence Thurman, Barry Barber also got home. Good rush there by the Golden Eagles. Now a minute and a half left in the half. Etling back for another pass there, and that's BJ Knopf we'll go with. That'll set him up now 3rd and 13. And Marquette will call a timeout. I don't know how you feel about that call. But at 3rd and 13, I think we could probably get a stop here and get the ball back. Could come back to bite us. We'll see. Now 3rd and 13 here for Purdue. Carvajal in motion. They take the snap. Here's Etling for another pass. And he's brought down again. And that's Daniel Armstrong, his 2nd sack of the day. And I can't talk about how big of a difference maker he's been enough. The JUCO transfer who's been converted to defensive end, but starting at linebacker in the second half of this season, and he's been making a sack almost every week. Is that field goal wide right? And we like that. Virginia's still leading in this one, 21-14. A very big game there. Who would have thought the Cavaliers would be on the brink of defeating a ranked Virginia Tech team and working their way into the top 10. So this remains a 14-3 game, a minute 7, 1 timeout. Marquette takes over from the 25. There's Pinson in motion. Haywood takes the snap. And again, nothing open. He has to throw that one away. Haywood now out there empty, 2nd and 10. And they'll try to get a screen there for Thad Archibald. He wasn't home. There's a flag, maybe pass interference. And that's actually on Shane Lytle. I don't think we've seen an offensive pass interference yet. That's going to make it 2nd and 20. Now exactly 1 minute left. And they'll call a draw here for Theo Briggs. Not a bad result. He picks up 7. Purdue will take a timeout. And now 3rd and 13. Marquette comes out in the I formation. But Haywood will drop back here for a pass attempt. Just dumps that off for Lytle. And he's brought down by a face mask. And another devastating face mask penalty from Purdue. And that gives Marquette a 1st down. And again, that's Greg Brock. He has 2 big face mask calls. And you got to get him off the field at this point. And we'll throw out Dylan Koufax here on this 1st and 10. He'll take the snap, just rolls to his left. It's like he has a man downfield. That's Jonathan Thomas, and he doesn't locate it in the air. Koufax maybe should have threw that a little bit sooner, and we know he's not scared to stretch the field. That one falls incomplete. Now 44 seconds here. Haywood under center with Tyson Bolt in the backfield. Haywood a drop back. And I'll just dump that off for Bolt. And Bolt was able to snag that one. He was late on the curl there. Now 3rd and 6. Marquette hurries back to the line. They don't look too enthusiastic, though. Haywood takes the snap. That was a risky throw over the middle. Did not mean to do that. Luckily, it's just dropped by Joe Gilliam. And that's going to be up a 4th and 6 at the 46. Eddie Stevens will come out to punt again. Now Purdue gets it at the 30 after the punt. Just 15 seconds left in the half. Etling, he'll give there for Hunt a nice hole. And Hunt taken down there by Rondell Nichols. Now 11 seconds left. A 13-yard gain for Akeem Hunt. Already at 93 yards on just 4 carries. Now 9 seconds. Time ticking down here. Purdue still with a timeout. I don't even know if they'll get to use it. Etling down the field for the tight end. And that's just out of the reach by Carvajal. He had everyone beat. Now time for one more Danny Etling deep heave. 2 ticks left here in the first half. And he's hit as he throws there by Gavin Battaglia. A good way to end it for Marquette, although we do head into the half down 14-3. Our offense did put together one nice drive so far in this game. Our defense making a few big stops, but ultimately we can't get any points on the board besides that field goal. The good news, though, we do get the ball here to start the second half. And we'll just let Juice Campbell take this one out, trying to make something happen. And he's not going to do that, as he's brought down at the 15. A very strong special teams play there by Purdue. Haywood will start this half out in the shotgun. Dexter Dowling in motion. Haywood, a first completion there for Jonathan Thomas out of the gate. That's a nice 15-yard grab. Wide open. Now Haywood in the shotgun with Dexter Dowling out there still. Dowling does get the carry this time. Brought down there in the backfield. 1 yard. Minus 1 yard carry there for Dowling. Just 107 total yards here for Marquette, compared to 244 for Purdue. Haywood, another snap. Goes to the sign, that's Jonathan Thomas, and he drops that. Would have been a nice overhead grab, and a good far sideline throw there from Haywood. Putting that right in the breadbasket for Thomas. 3rd and 11 now. Marquette, 3 out of 6 so far on third downs. Take the snap here, a drop back. And there's Shane Lytle, some nice separation there over the middle of the field. 20-yard catch there and a nice conversion from our senior receiver. Dexter Dowling still the back, Dixon in motion. And they'll give it to Dowling here. Good blocks outside. And Dowling a strong 8-yard carry to the left. 2nd and 2 now for the Golden Eagles. Lytle in motion. Haywood will take the snap. Nothing open again. He's going to have to throw that one away, and that will bring up a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 now. Cooper in motion. And they'll give here for Tyson Bolt. A nice cut there to get the first down and then some. Bolt running the ball extremely well in this game. 7 yards for number 7. And now they'll sub Dexter Dowling back out there. Less than 5 minutes now left in the third. Dowling and now their outside carry, this time to the right. Only 1 yard that time. A long methodical drive here for Marquette now at the 35. 2nd and 9. Thad Archibald wide open there at the sideline. He scurries ahead, picks up the first down. Nice running there from Archibald. We're just chipping away here. Now 3 tight ends out there, and they'll give to Dowling. Only 1 yard there. And we got to be a little bit better at distributing our boost on these runs. Now 2nd and 9, Haywood in the shotgun from the 25. Take the snap here. Just dump that off for Storm Norwood out of the backfield. And Norwood, kind of a deer in headlights there, doesn't get anything. Haywood making some adjustments. Now 3rd and 9, he's out there empty. There's Jonathan Thomas wide open over the middle of the field. And a 22-yard grab there from Thomas. Good adjustment there by Haywood. Thomas pulls away from the man there in coverage. Thought he was going to get the touchdown there, brought down at the 2. And now we'll try and finish this one via the running game. There's Tyson Bolt, the lone back. Usually not here at the goal line, but easy touchdown there. Good hole developed by our offensive line. And Marquette gets into the end zone. It's going to be a 14-10 game here. Or do we go for 2 and make it a field goal game? I think at this point, just how hard it's been to get into the end zone, we might need to rely on a field goal, although I do not like this look at all. So I think we'll just try and bluff, call him offside, and then maybe just go for the extra point. And we do get that false start, which is kind of what I was going for. Did not like that look at all, so we'll just be conservative here, kick the extra point. But let me know what you would do in the comments. Should I have went for 2 and just made it a field goal game? I feel like that might have been the better call, but at the same time, I feel like you just really can't leave any points on the board in this game. Now 3 minutes left here in the third. Marquette gets their first touchdown. Mackey kicks that. That's going to be fielded by Knopf from his own end zone. Nice return there, brought down by Clay Diamond as he gets up to the 28-29 yard line. As Danny Etling out there for the first time in this half. Sins in motion. And Akeem Hunt, he'll redirect up the middle. How did no one get him there? And then finally Barry Barber able to bring him down. I don't know how Hunt got away from all those guys. And he's been extremely effective running the ball in this game. Now Purdue comes out in the I formation. Another give there for Hunt. Again, redirects. Showing some very good vision in this game as he picks up 6 on that one. 119 yards on 6 rushes. 2nd and 4 now from the 47. Etling will pass. And that's McCarthy. A quick slant, only gets 2. And it brings up a 3rd and 2. Etling 13 for 19, 175 yards. A touchdown and an interception thus far. 3rd and 2, he makes an adjustment. Back to pass. And he has a man open, that's Knopf. And Nichols bluffs on the tackle, or whiffs, I should say. And BJ Knopf, a 44-yard touchdown catch. And he showed some very good speed after that reception. I don't think anyone was even going to come close to catching him. Purdue now will jump ahead 21-10. Now Marquette will need a score here if they want to keep their heads above water in this game. As this 3rd quarter winds down, Storm Norwood an opening give on this drive. Gets good blocking, picks up 6. Now Tyson Bolt subs into the game in this I formation. Haywood will pass here. Purdue brings the house. And a quick pass there up the seam to Thomas. 1st down. Thomas now over 50 yards receiving. 2 tight ends now out there for Marquette. As Haywood will drop back to pass. And he's hit as he throws, and that falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now for Marquette. Haywood dialing the lone back. And he gets an inside carry, just picks up 4. And now a 3rd and 6 for the Golden Eagles. Haywood in the shotgun, a crucial play here. Rolls to his right. And he has Shane Lytle, a nice grab there at the sideline. And that's a 13-yard catch and a 1st down. Lytle also now over 50 yards through the air. Haywood getting it done so far. 16 for 23 is 168 passing yards. Marquette now in the I formation. They'll give back to Storm Norwood. He runs off a man and gets 4 up the middle. 2nd and 6 here. They don't have to call a play if they don't want to. But they will. Haywood will pass here. And he goes downfield for Jonathan Thomas, and he can't make the grab through contact, working back to the ball as Haywood took a hit there. Marquette trails 21-10 heading into the 4th quarter. We have a little drive going here, and we need to get some points if we want to stay in this one. A 3rd and 6 here for Marquette as we start this 4th and final quarter of play. Haywood will pass. Pinson going back to the ball. He's going to be short, just 3 yards. And you got to go for it here if you're Marquette. You're not in Dylan Mackey's field goal range. And it's only a 4th and 3. And now a big play upcoming here. And they go with a light box here against our empty set. And I don't know about this one. We'll just stick with it as is here. Haywood back to pass. Quick pass there for Shane Lytle, and he can't hang on through the contact. And the Golden Eagles turn over on downs. Lytle did have a lot of separation there off the line, but a hard hit there. And Purdue does have a good back end. And that is actually a linebacker. But Purdue forces the turnover on downs, and Marquette kind of dig ourselves in a hole, not being able to pick up that conversion. Etling will throw here. And Durant right there for the interception. Turned his back to the ball, though. But at least it wasn't caught. Now 2nd and 10. Etling in the shotgun takes a snap here for another pass. Has Mostert wide open over the middle. He's hit hard there by Tyler Black, but Mostert, a 14-yard reception. Danny Etling now at 233 passing yards. And I'm surprised that Purdue's still throwing it as much as they have been, especially this late. 1st and 10 now, and they'll pass it here again. And Durant was beat bad off the ball there, but recovers well and forces the ball free. 2nd and 10 now. Akeem Hunt in the backfield, the lone back, Mostert in motion. And Etling another drop back here. And he has McCarthy wide open. And that's another 19-yard pickup. McCarthy making some big catches in this one now at 84 yards. Another fresh set here for Purdue. And they'll give to Akeem Hunt to the outside. Good block picked up there. And Hunt, 10 yards there, and his efficient yet highly productive day continuing. Now 1st and 10. And they'll give right back to Hunt. That time neutralized a bit as he stopped at the line of scrimmage. I think Rice and Armstrong in on that one. 2nd and 10, Purdue in the I formation. And they'll give to Akeem Hunt again, but a good tackle there by Tyler Black. And that'll force a 3rd and 9 now for the Boilermakers. Etling in the shotgun here from the 24, 3rd down for Purdue. And he has a man there in the end zone. That's McCarthy, and he beats Juice Campbell. Burns him off the line. 24-yard touchdown. That's Etling's third touchdown pass of the day. Let's see if we can get another look at this one in coverage. Etling, plenty of time. And Campbell, yeah, he was just beat off the ball. McCarthy had a couple steps on him. And Purdue will take a 28-10 lead here. And we'll get a studio update here. Let's see how things are playing out. And Virginia does hang on to defeat the Hokies. And the Cavaliers are going to jump into the top 10. And it looks like they're going to play in the ACC championship game. Tremendous season from them. 6 touchdown passes from Watford. And 13 catches from McGee, their tight end. 140 receiving yards and 3 tutties. Marquette now faces a 3-score deficit. 1st and 10, now they take over from the 25. They'll set up a screen there for Jordan Pinson. Some good blocking and a good run. Pinson picks up 11, his first touch of the day. I'm sorry, his second touch of the day. And now Haywood out there empty. Takes a snap. And they'll go for Shane Lytle. And a drop there by Lytle over the middle. 2nd and 10. Now Marquette comes out there with 3 tight ends. You don't see them do that very often, especially on a pass. And Haywood had Thomas over the middle. Sat in the pocket a little too long. And he's sacked again. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 18. And we were able to hang in this game for quite a while, but at this point, I don't know how much longer we can hang in there. 3rd and 18 now. And he's sacked again. And that's Jackson Lyles. I think he's given up 2 or 3 sacks now. That's Ryan Watson getting in on the action here for Purdue. And Jackson Lyles just could not hang on there as he's beat on the inside. Now we're going to have to punt again here. Eddie Stevens staying busy. And that's going to be fielded from the 41, so Purdue will start with good field position here. And Brevin Nash, a strong tackle there. Although the Boilermakers, very good position at the 47. And they'll look to get another scoring drive this time. We're just getting exposed the longer this game goes on. Thought we might have a chance in this game, honestly. And like I said, we did hang in there for a little bit, but we're just really not up to par here with a Big Ten program quite yet. And Etling shakes off an Armstrong sack. And then he has Carvajal there, who's laid out by Nichols. And Etling just having a tremendous game under center there for the Boilermakers, now 2 yards short of 300. And still, Purdue continues to pass. And I guess when you're 2 and 10 or whatever they are, 3 and 9, 2 and something like that, 2 or 3 win team, you know, you don't have many opportunities where you're up ahead. And Akeem Hunt, a huge stiff arm. And his big day continues. 18-yard catch. Etling now over 300 yards. Purdue continuing to pour it on here. Now 1st and 10 from inside the 15. We see Clay Diamond out there subbing in at middle linebacker. We don't see him too much. The true sophomore, mainly a special teamer at this point. Etling takes the snap. Dumps that off for the tight end Carvajal. He's brought down by Lenny Butler. Now 2nd and 4. And Purdue looking to just kill the clock here at this point. Now inside the 10, just over 2 minutes left in the game. And they'll give here for Hunt a big hole, and he's going to reach pay dirt again. And Purdue, like I said, just pouring it on as they'll take a 35-10 lead here. Just over 2 minutes left of gameplay. We got another studio update here. We know the Virginia conclusion, and now we'll get some action as Ohio pulls it out here, 27-24 against Kent State. And that's Vick at quarterback for Ohio. I'm actually not familiar with that player. Patterson, over 100 yards on the ground. And I thought we were going to get something a little more noteworthy there. So now Marquette down 25, just 2 minutes left, and we'll just probably try to put ourselves out of our misery at this point. Juice Campbell to return as he works towards a 25. And now with just 2:04 left, we're down by 25. Obviously not going to come back in this one. We'll throw Dylan Koufax out there to see if he can work his magic. He'll drop back for a pass. A quick completion there for Pinson. A nice quick curl. Picks up 15. A strong finish on that run. 1st and 10. Koufax out there empty yet again. His man open at the sideline. That's Tyson Bolt. And Bolt picks up 6. 2nd and 4 now. Koufax another drop back. And he had Thomas wide open. Purdue sent the house, but couldn't connect, throwing off his back foot. Now 3rd and 4. Koufax lines up directly under center. And he'll drop back. And that's just out of the reach of Shane Lytle. Lytle just a little late on the break there, and Koufax overthrew him. They're telling us to punt, but we're not giving up that easy. We're at least going to call a play here on 4th down. And Koufax back to pass. Could be the last play of the game here for Marquette. Thomas was open, but didn't really see that defender there as they crashed down to make the stop. And Marquette turns it over on downs. And hopefully Purdue just shows us some mercy and just kind of gives us a few kneel downs here. Come out in the I formation. And they'll give to Hunt, looking to pad the stats. And he picks up another 6 there. Make it 7. And following this episode, although obviously we're going to take the loss, we'll be a 6-6 in the regular season, but we'll take a look at bowl projections and see where they have us slated. We'll also take a look at other bowls, such as the national championship. And it looks like UL-Lafayette, assuming they win the Sun Belt, are probably going to play in the Natty. And that just would be absurd. I wish the BCS system in this game was a little bit better. Otherwise, even last year, we would have had a better national championship. It was Ohio State against Louisville, and that's going to be the final play, but Texas A&M definitely should have been in over Louisville. Akeem Hunt finishes with over 150 yards on just, 13 carries. Danny Etling, a huge day, over 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns for him. And Akeem Hunt, 2 total touchdowns, over 180 yards from scrimmage. And Marquette, that'll do it here in the regular season as we fall to 6-6, but we'll certainly take that here in year 2. As getting a bowl berth was our goal, and we reached that. We hung in there with this Big Ten program for a little bit, but as it went on, we just couldn't hang on, and they really exposed us here. It kind of puts in perspective of how, I don't want to say how far along this team has been, maybe how little the progress this team has made, but we're making the right steps, and, the offseason is just another episode away, so we'll be making some good progress and getting this team on track to where we want to be. But that's going to do it here from Lafayette, and I'll see you back there for bowl projections. So that was a tough loss to Purdue, and I have to say I did go back and edit that before I filmed and recorded this segment, and I got to say I was totally off in that game. A lot of missed opportunities there. But Purdue, they were very tough to play against and, kept us humble as we head into our bowl week. So now we'll take a look at some bowl projections. Here we have LSU against Arizona State in the New Mexico Bowl. LSU 2-6 in SEC play. We're not going to go over all of them quite yet. Kind of just surf down and see where we're at. They don't even have us project. Okay, I was about to say, are they going to snub us of a bowl game? We're projected to play against Northwestern, which I'm not too happy about because we already played against them earlier in the season. We're slated here in the heart of Dallas Bowl, and I hope we get something different. We still have to simulate conference championship week, and maybe that'll shake things up a bit here in the Capital One Bowl. Florida against Michigan, number 5 South Carolina against Iowa in the Outback Bowl. The Rose Bowl is Michigan State against UCLA projected. Texas against ECU, 8-4 ECU team in the Fiesta Bowl. That's interesting. Texas A&M against Georgia Tech in the Sugar Bowl. Virginia, number 8 after that win against the Hokies, 11-1. 9-0 in ACC play, and here Ohio State, number 2 in the nation, but still projected to play in the Orange Bowl. Ole Miss against TCU in the Cotton Bowl. And then here in the national championship, we have UL-Lafayette projected to play against Alabama. We're really hoping for an Alabama-Ohio State natty, but we'll see how this goes. We still have conference championship week here to simulate, and here are the matchups. It's going to start with North Texas. How did they make the Conference USA Conference Championship at 4-8? They went 4-4 in conference and still made the Conference Championship. That's awesome. They go against Western Kentucky. Here in the SEC, we have Florida against Texas A&M. So Bama projected to play in the National Championship game, and they're not even in the SEC Championship. Then for the Mountain West is Boise State against Nevada. For the Pac-12, we have UW. Go Dogs against UCLA. Clemson against Virginia for the ACC Championship. That would be something if the Cavaliers can go 12-1, undefeated in ACC play, and win the ACC title. For the Big Ten, not even Ohio State's in here as they lost to Michigan State early on. So we have number 12 Iowa against number 9 Michigan State. And then we have Bowling Green against Northern Illinois. So UL-Lafayette actually doesn't even have a conference championship game. So it looks like the BCS is going to just throw them in there from a 12-0 regular season. They're an 83 overall one-star program. They have a few injuries right now. Terrence Broadway at quarterback. He had a tremendous season. Look at their schedule. So they won one ranked game all year against Mississippi to open the season. They had an FCS team on their schedule. Even we don't have FCS teams on our schedule. They beat Boise State earlier, actually clobbered them. But other than that, only one win against a team with a winning record, that being Arkansas State, who they beat last week. They then beat UL Monroe. And I really hope we don't have UL-Lafayette in the Natty, but it looks like that's what it's going to be. UCLA, maybe if they win the Pac-12, can jump up. I don't know if they would quite jump up Alabama. And I don't expect Virginia or Michigan State to jump up there either by winning their conference. So it's going to be very interesting. We'll actually just sim ahead this week and see how it plays out here in the conference championships. We will take a quick look at our recruiting board, Joe. Probably our last look at the recruiting board before we hit the offseason in the next episode. In the episode following that. Of course, we have to play our bowl game. Robert Williamson, we're still in on a 4-team race here against Ball State, Minnesota, Miami of Ohio. He was our top target in the entire recruiting process, and we really hope we can bring him in. We're going to have to pour most of our recruiting points into him, I feel, if you want to secure him. Justin Hill was a late addition. It's kind of just a 2-team race now. We're ahead, but Georgia creeping up. And, if we do miss out on Hill, I won't be too disappointed. Of course, it'd be nice to have a 79 overall. And he is a gem, but I feel kind of silly bringing in a player of his caliber this early into the program. I don't know how realistic that is, but we did offer him. We'll pour some recruiting points into him in the offseason, but if we miss out on him, it's whatever. What are you going to do? Jeff Hamilton was also a late addition. We had no D tackles who wanted to come through, but we kind of have a big lead on him. Throw a little more, maybe a little recruiting points into him in the offseason, and he's already offered. Larry Campbell, we're just kind of waiting to see how it turns out with Williamson, but he is offered. I don't even know if we'll have to pour anything into him to get him to commit in the offseason, but we'll leave him on the board. And then just 2 backup plans on the offensive line here in Chris Rucker and Jermaine Burton. We got a kicker commit. I don't know if he's going to make it. Dylan Mackey's going to be a senior next year, so we'll just keep Castillo on as a backup kicker and see how the power progresses. 65 power, 64 accuracy, not the best traits, but just a filler. Maybe we can upgrade next year in recruiting. 2 commits that we haven't talked about yet. James Johnson, a 6'2", 204 linebacker. Really don't like the weight there. He's probably going to have to add on maybe 15 pounds before he's at playing weight, but he's decent. We just needed to bring in a linebacker in this class, and he was one of the few who were interested. We also got Mike Carroll, 6'3", 172 corner. It's good to have his length at the corner position. We don't really have much size there. Good man corner, decent zone and press ratings, but the agility at 78 definitely has to go up, and he needs to improve on speed as well, only 84. Everyone else in our class we've talked about. We have this 3-star DN Carr. He's going to be a 72 overall, work into our defensive end rotation, which is turning out to be a strength of our team moving ahead, as we got 2 commits last year in Jerry Jones and Mike Johnson, and then we've also been mixing in Daniel Armstrong there as well. Aaron Clark, a very good corner, kind of on the level of Williamson, but I keep saying it every time we go over our recruiting. Clark is a very good corner, just not as good of an athlete as Williamson, who we're going to try and secure in the offseason. Lawrence Jackson, one of 2 quarterbacks we have committed, and we go down here with Greg Walker. They're going to compete for the starting quarterback job next year, along with Reuben Brown, who will be a redshirt senior. Kevin Coleman at receiver, very balanced, solid. Doesn't really have any specialties, but no weaknesses either. Our first athlete in this series, Mark Henry, is most likely going to be a safety for us. And Craig Jones, Kenneth Pope, Marquise Cole, 3 offensive players who are probably going to redshirt in their first year. And then Dusty Alexander, the first recruit of this season, and he's going to be a running back for us. Maybe we'll mix him in next year. I don't know how many carries he'll get with 4 other backs on the roster, but he's 299 on the overall board, and I don't know how I feel about redshirting him. I kind of have like redshirt rules. I don't redshirt any players who are top 20 at their position coming in. I don't redshirt any 4-stars, although I'll kind of make some exceptions for quarterbacks at times. But overall, I don't think Alexander's going to redshirt being a top 300 player committing to Marquette at this point. So right now we have conference championship simming. It shouldn't take too long. and we're set here to see what the national championship is going to be. And these sims week to week kind of take a little bit of time here on the Xbox 360. I hope that's something that's a little more progressed in the new game coming out this summer. And speaking of which, I don't know what I'm going to do with this series once the new game comes out. I hope to, over the next couple months leading up to release of NCAA 25, I hope to get at least 2 or 3 more seasons under our belt. Now that I'm out of school, I have more time. And here we see the Heisman. Braxton Miller becomes just the second player in NCAA history to repeat as a Heisman Trophy winner. The other, of course, being Archie Griffin of the Ohio State Buckeyes. This year, a much closer contested race. Teddy Bridgewater misses out on less than 200 votes, and he actually overtook Miller a few weeks ago for the first time this season. So Braxton Miller defeats Bridgewater, Blake Bell, Brett Hundley, Johnny Manziel, all there, and another tremendous season from Braxton Miller. And here we get our bowl bid. We're going to play a rematch here against Northwestern, and I believe we got rocked by them earlier in the year. It might have been like 35-10. I'm going to go back, watch some of that film, and see how we can come back stronger. This is going to be New Year's Day 2015, so about 9 years ago or so. Northwestern also finishes at 6-6, and we're set to go bowling here for the first time in this series. We'll get a little preview, and you see there, Kirk Herbstreit's actually selecting us to win this game. I appreciate that, Kirk, but I don't know if we even have that sense of confidence at this point. Excuse me. Sorry about that. B+, B+, B+ across the board for the Wildcats. We're D+, C, D+. The defense actually regressed a bunch this year, but if you look at our statistics, we're 8, 7, and 12 in our defensive categories, and that's another reason why I need to increase the quarter length. We need some more realistic stats there. Northwestern, a very good pass offense as they're led by Trevor Siemian at quarterback, and our offense has been among the nation's worst so far this season. A couple injuries there for Northwestern. Look at their schedule. They had a 5-game losing streak at one point, although very good teams. Penn State, they lost to Michigan State, Minnesota in overtime, a ranked Iowa team, and then Nebraska, although they did win 3 of their last 4. And they lost to Notre Dame 63-35, although they beat Purdue 38-9, who we just got handled by. So I hope that's not a sign of things to come. Yeah, it was 31-10 we lost against Northwestern back in week 2. So we'll look to get a little redemption here. Trevor Siemian ends the year with 2,600 passing yards, 14 touchdown passes. And look at that, Nick Van Hoos, 9 interceptions. That had to be among the nation's leaders. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around with this Marquette Dynasty. I really appreciate all the support. It's been great. And, the national championship. It looks like it is going to be Alabama-Lafayette. So, Bama by 40. I think that's what we're going with in this game. Imagine how Lafayette pulls out the upset. And I wish there was a way to kind of adapt the college football playoff in this game. But as I said, folks, this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone who's been supporting and viewing. And we're in for a bowl game next episode, and we're very soon here going to be hitting the off season. I'm very excited for that. So, as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.